Oh, hello! Hello, BookTube. It's Louise, the Big Head Bookworm. Lovely to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day, wherever it is you are, whatever it is you're doing. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry, I just started this and I realised I had the dirtiest glasses it is actually possible to have. Just the dirtiest you can ever imagine. There we go. That's better. That's better. The husband quite often says, "Oh, you're at a funny angle." He doesn't say that. Be interesting if he did say that, because it'd be like, what angle would I be? No, the husband often kind of passes me the glasses cleaner, because I am very bad at cleaning my glasses, and I had a friend talk me through cleaning glasses, and I didn't have the heart to tell her I've been wearing glasses since I was 8, and I'm now older than that. And I was like, oh, okay, thinking, yeah, it's not going to happen. I am just that bad. hello, BookTube. What a start. Well, this is what Friday Reads is. Hello, welcome. It is Friday, the 31st of May. It is the last day of a very long month, I have to say. May, busy month, and long, I have to say. So it's Friday Reads. It's Friday Reads. I'm here in my bedroom. It's Friday Reads. So hello, welcome to Friday Reads. This is the video where I talk about the books that I've been reading in the past week, or past 2 weeks as it is with this video. And I look forward to books that I will be reading or tempted by in the coming week. Which there are some, and I'm not going to tell you about them. Oh, I know. So I have 2 books here that I have read in the last 2 weeks. It's not been a lot of reading, I have to say. And I've nearly finished a 3rd book, but I'm not going to tell you about that, because I talk about that in another video, which you will see one day next week. I know. I snuck up I felt a bit like, because last Friday, thank you to everybody that sent birthday messages, because last Friday was my birthday. Yes, I was 46, before you ask, and I had a lovely day, and so I did a very quick Friday Reads, because I was just in a celebratory, don't want to do anything mood, apart from enjoy myself, and I did. Thank you very much. So I felt a bit like, oh, I should have done a longer video. So I decided to pop up an unhaul video, which is partly connected to either there's only been 2 books in the last fortnight, because I haven't been inspired to pick up some of the books that I have in the house, and I've been feeling guilty about wanting to buy, or even kind of casting eyes at new books when I have all these beautiful books on my shelf that I'm not reading. But if we're honest, I didn't really fancy reading them. There were quite a lot I didn't fancy reading, so I did an unhaul video. I showed you quite a few books that I have now. They have left the premises, said au revoir. No, we didn't say au revoir, I don't want to see them again. We said cheerio lads, on your way, hope you have a good time wherever it is you end up. So I gave them to a charity bookshop who were very pleased about it, so that's all good. And so I then have done another video connected with that. I'm sorry, I've got something up here, I need to close that down. There we are. I've done another video which has led to a book that I'm reading, and you will see that next week. So yes, I've just been really uninspired. So I got a voucher for my birthday. Woohoo! And I haven't spent it yet. I still haven't spent it yet, because I've just felt guilty, because I've had all these books here and I wanted a new books, and I just thought, yeah, but you've got all these other books that you're just not reading. You need to sort it out, love. Sort it out. So I have. So I'm feeling slightly better about it. Still haven't spent my voucher. But I will do. There's no time limit on the excitement of that voucher. So yes, we had a lovely day. May I wish everybody who told me that it was either their birthday in the coming days, and so there was a if you look at the comments, there were quite a few people that were celebrating birthdays. Obviously quite a lot of readers are Geminis. And I think it's because we get enthused and then we move on. We get enthused and then we move on. We're just reading type. So to all my fellow early Geminis, I wish you a very happy birthday. I hope you had a lovely time. And if it's your birthday today, happy birthday to you. And if it's not your birthday, well, happy birthday on your birthday. I am not going to do birthday call outs, so don't be expecting of that. Laundry update. It's been so chuffed yesterday watching the local news. Always good to get the local news. Puts many things into perspective. Does the local news, both good and bad. And it started off the weather. Julie, our weather lady, turned to the camera and said, "Well, it was a good drying day." And I thought, Julie, you have my heart. Yes, it was a good drying day yesterday. I've had quite a few good drying days. Not being truly sunny, it's kind of cloudy and sunny at the same time at the moment, but we've had a very warm wind. A drying wind, as Julie put it. She said it was dry and blustery and kind of warm. So it was, it's very nice. So it's been a treat the last couple of days. I've actually got my whites on the line at the moment. Been going through and drying this week. They had towels out this morning. They've obviously dried in time, and so they have towels out over there. So I've not done my towels today. Got my whites out, but we've had some good drying days, as Julie said. It's a good drying day. I thought this is why I come to local news. That's the kind of information I want. I want somebody that has looked outside and thought, oh, it's going to be a great drying day today. It does keep clouding over and it has made me rush out occasionally, but as yet my laundry has not been caught this week, so that's where we are on the old laundry front, if you were worrying about that. Parish notices, I don't have any parish notices at the moment. I haven't been keeping up with them. However, don't worry, next week there's so much ahead. We have had the list for the regatta through, and we have had notice of the practice evenings. So the regatta is, because we have a river, I'm pointing at it, which is no use to you there. It's behind you. Turn around. There it is. Actually, it's not, but you'd have to go about half a mile that way. It's a very nice river. Very nice river. And it goes from there to there. And that we have a yearly regatta. Now, it's normally only one day, but last year they did the Friday night as well because there were so many children's races. And it was our first year going last year, and we had a marvellous day. It'll be even better this year because Benedict will be able to hoofle off with his friends. It's actually half term at the moment, and he's already deserted me today. He went and had his hair cut. Now, he is the son of the big head bookworm, so he is big haired son, basically, because he has huge hair, and he has embraced his big hairedness. He doesn't fight it. I spent most of my childhood with my mother trying to tame my hair. Even though I got it from her, she despaired of my hair, and either would radically cut it, so I ended up with very short hair, which really doesn't suit me, let me tell you. I've had numerous short styles, and not one have I looked good with. And if it was longer, she spent most of the time trying to tame it. And let's face it, the 80s was not a kind decade with hair. And I was a child in the 80s. So my kind of late, because I was 7 in 1980. And so I had a lot. It was a bad hair decade for me. And when we were clearing out my mum's house and going through all the photos, I actually texted my brothers and sisters and said, why did nobody tell me? Why did nobody tell me? And why didn't nobody take me aside and say, you really are having a lot of bad hair? And my sister texted back going, I was the same. I couldn't recognise it in you. I was doing it as well. Because we all have big hair. So my son is big head son, Benedict. So he has just embraced his big hair, and the more power to his elbow, more glory to him, quite frankly. So he has big hair. All the boys in this area have very short hair, short back and sides. They are traditional boy cuts. And then there's Benedict, who has his mop, kind of think surfer dude, but crazy. And that's his look. And it doesn't matter how many times I tell him to wash it. It never looks like it's been washed. But anyway, he has this big... So we took him to the hairdressers and we negotiated the cut. And she was the hairdresser kind of went, oh. And I thought, yeah, it does make you do that. Makes me do that. But, it's his hair. And as far as I'm concerned, as long as he's thrilled, it doesn't matter. But I do want to be able to see his face. And she's cut it and it looks lovely. It looks really nice. I had hoped that I could get him to come in, but he's gone off to his mate. He's cycled off to his mate's house. Because that's what you do when you're 11. You don't stay at home with your mum. You cycle off to your mate's house and you loll around there. So glorious for him that he has had half term off and he's able to kind of do that kind of stuff. So that's lovely. So when we go to the regatta, which is in the middle of July, he will no doubt sit nowhere near us. He will only come to us for food because we take a picnic. So that's really good. So that's coming up. So that's a parish notice for you in a couple of 6 weeks' time. But we have got practice evenings, and I am going to suggest to the husband that maybe a bit of rowing, he might like to do it. So husband, when you're watching this, shall we wander down? I have no urge to do it myself, but I will support you with a pint in hand. I would cheer as you practice. I don't think you need to be part of a rowing team or anything, but anyway, we will find out about that, and I will let you know in forthcoming Friday reads. I've got the door open. If you're wondering why, I've got the door open, and you can see no cat. There is a cat down here. She has taken to sleeping by the side of her husband's bed, by the side of the bed here, and she's just put a paw over her eyes because I'm talking about her. So yes, I'm talking about you, Sally. She's lying elegantly like that by the side of the bed, and then she just put a paw over. So yes, she's not picture postcard at this moment. It's everything is open. But she's feeling comfortable and free, and should we or not all feel like that? Anyway, let's talk about the books because I have whittled on. I was thinking, do you know, I haven't got much to say today. It's never stopped me, has it? Anyway, let's start. I finished I'll Be Gone in the Dark by Michelle McNamara. So yes, I finished that again. This is my second reading of this. I've recommended it lots, and so I was kind of almost nervous about reading it again in case I didn't like it. And this is One Woman's Obsessive Search for the Golden State Killer by Michelle McNamara, who is the wife of Oswald Patton, who is a well-known comic and actor. If you watch S.H.I.E.L.D., Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., he's in that. But she's an amazing writer. Unfortunately, she passed away before she completed this, and it was completed by Billy Jensen and somebody else. And it's Patton Oswalt, not Oswald Patton. I was thinking that didn't sound right. That's because it's Patton Oswalt. There you go. Tell how much I've paid attention to him, can't you? I'm more obsessed with Michelle. So this is about the Golden State Killer, who she coined that moniker, who was the notorious, that's better, Louise, notorious ransacker, rapist, and then murderer in the 1970s in Sacramento, and then 1980s Southern California, and it was all connected, and it's all about the search for that. It's fascinating because this is done before we actually know who it was, who the person who has now been arrested and is awaiting trial. So it's fascinating because I read it before we knew who had been arrested, before we knew there was an arrest, and then the arrest came. And so reading it, kind of knowing all of that, and having done so much more listening and reading and watching about it, it still stands up as a stunningly good book. So if you're into the true crime genre, you like crime and you like true crime, and you're interested in non-fiction and a really well written examination of fear as much as anything, I could highly recommend that. So it's I'll Be Gone in the Dark by Michelle McNamara. This is a big trade paperback, but it's out in normal size paperback, I believe now. And then I picked up, after a couple of days of wondering what to read, I picked up Leaving Everything Most Loved by Jacqueline Winspear. This is the 10th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8th, no, because that doesn't say about Maisie Dobbs. No, this is the 10th. This is the 10th. I'm sure this is the 10th. I'm sure I read somewhere it's the 10th. But this is the 10th of the series, featuring the private investigator Maisie Dobbs. This is set in London in 1933. I would say don't start in the middle of the series like I did. Go to the beginning, because I read Elegy for Eddie, which is the book before this, first, and it was all right, but I had so many people said you will really like it if you go back and start at the beginning, and so I did. I went back and started at the beginning with the first book called Maisie Dobbs, and I love this series. I really do. I find that when I finish one, I do want to start the next one, but actually I enjoy it more if I give a bit of time. So as soon as I finished this, I thought, oh, should I just read the next one? Because I have got the next one there ready on the shelf for me to just grab it, but give it a good old fondle. But no, I have discovered that actually the second book I always kind of go because I'm kind of too much in the world, so I'm going to give it another month, and then I shall, if I can wait that long, I shall read the next one. What's the next one called? I don't know what the next one's called. I don't know what the next one's called, to be honest. I could look it up, but I'm not going to. But anyway, I have got it. It's downstairs. I'm looking forward to reading that at some point. I love the cover designs of these books. Really enjoyable. So it is cosy crime. It's cosy crime set in London, 1933, which is absolutely my favourite era for cosy crime. I really like between the wars, so between the Great War and the Second World War, and the war to end all wars, and hopefully not really. So I read that. So those are the two that I've read. Loved, thought it was a very good one. I actually, the one before this, so a lesson I read, Mapping of Love and Death, I really liked. A Lesson in Secrets, I thought was okay. Then Elegy for Eddie, I was a bit, I remember thinking, I don't really kind of get the whole thing of this. So I went into this a little bit kind of not sure how I was going to feel about it, because I didn't go in with a great rush of enthusiasm, but within the first chapter I thought, oh, do you know, I really do like this series of books, so I highly recommend them if you like that kind of book. And then that's it. I'm not listening to anything on audio. In fact, I had this on audio and I listened to about half a chapter and then picked it up. I read this in about 2 days. I do go through them like a dose of salt, quite frankly. And then this other book that I am reading, I've nearly finished it, and that's in 2 days as well. And it's a surprise for me that I'm enjoying it as much as I am, although it is making me have thoughts. But I will be able to tell you about those thoughts next Friday. You'll have to come back. You just have to come back and talk to me next Friday. And I will very much look forward to that. So that's it, BookTube. Unfortunately, the books were the lesser part of this. There was an awful lot of waffle before the books, but you know. You come for the books, you stay for the laundry. That's what they say. Yes. Me and the relaxed Miss Sally are going to love you and leave you now. And I hope you have a lovely week ahead. And I look forward to seeing you with my other video in the middle of the next week. And then seeing you back here probably on this bed, you and me, next Friday. Let's do that. This has been lovely, BookTube, and I look forward to doing it again.